Well, yes, the net interest income number for IndusInd Bank is expected to come in 15% higher when I'm looking at it year on year. Healthy, almost 3% quarter on quarter sequential uptick. Breach that 4,000 crore mark is where we're expecting to see it. But the other income and the treasury drag is expected to put a lid on the operating profit. That's expected to come in absolutely flat when I'm looking at it year on year. In fact, almost 7% down when I'm looking at it sequentially. It's expected to come in around that 3,150 crore mark. Provisions are expected to come in lower as well. In fact, 40% lower when I'm looking at it year on year, 25+% lower when I'm looking at it sequentially. Around that 1100 crore mark is where we're expecting that number, and PAT is expected to reflect that lower provisions number, expected to come in around 1470 crore, which is a solid 44% growth on a year-on-year basis, almost a 5% uptick sequentially. In terms of operational update, the numbers already disclosed show that the advances have grown around 4.5% when I'm looking at it quarter on quarter, almost 18.5% year on year. They're around that 2,50,000 crore mark, so definitely a positive there. In terms of deposits, they've breached that 3 lakh crore mark. That's a good solid 3% uptick when I'm looking at it sequentially. In fact, CASA growth has also been good, almost 4.2% growth in CASA on a sequential basis, 16.2% when I'm looking at it year on year. The gross and net NPAs are expected to trend slightly lower. In fact, gross NPAs are expected to trend around 7 bips lower, net NPAs broadly flat but still a couple of bips lower. So largely a good set of numbers expected from IndusInd Bank. Of course, keep your eye out on the interest margin numbers, which of course will continue to expand as rates continue to go up. MFI slippages and the restructuring book will also be two key points where investors will have their eye on, and of course how the key segments are growing. IndusInd Bank has guided for an 18 to 20% growth, so how key segments are performing is going to be the focus of what investors will see in terms of this quarterly results.